Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I know I haven't posted in like almost a year now, or 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months. Okay, I'll stop. But anyway, so today's video, I'm just gonna be telling you what is happening in my life right now. So the last time I posted was on the first day of school, and then I stopped posting because I thought it would be really embarrassing to keep posting, so I just stopped posting out of nowhere. But that is okay, because some people would do the same thing. If I was you, I would probably do the same thing. But if you guys don't know, or you guys haven't seen my TikTok or anything, yeah, you might want to go check out my TikTok. I did get banned. Well, I didn't get banned. Someone hacked into my TikTok account. So I would advise you to check this one first, and then my second one. Or you can do my second one first. Or whatever way you go. Whatever floats your boat. So this part got cut out. So this is me like showing you my whole room. Because I got, what's it called? What do you call that? I moved into my new room, so I'm showing you guys my whole room. I have my thing where I keep all my stuffed animals. I have these lights, obviously, so cute. And then I have these little flower thingies, whatever you want to call them. My vanity, my closet, right there. And yeah, so that's really what just happened. And if you don't know what color my walls are, they're light pink. I don't know if you could tell or not, but yeah, they're really light pink, which I really love. So now let's get to the part what happened I don't really know much has happened my school year, but I will tell you guys some stuff that happened that I might remember. I think maybe I remember some stuff. It's okay, been 3-4 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks from school now. But yeah, so I'm gonna tell you what happened. Okay, so do not mind the background noise. It's my brother and he's screaming. And yes, my brother is now 2 years old from the last time you guys saw him. He is 2. 2. And now I have a new baby brother, and he is 4 months. 4 months. And yes, that's why I said I have a lot to catch up on for you guys, because I did say I was going to record after I got done with school, and I never did. And I'm so sorry for that. But yeah, so I think, hold on, let me count. I think in total I had 5, and they were all right. Well, we can start with one boy, and we're not gonna say his name. We're just gonna call him Shorty, okay? Because he is short. Not gonna lie. No shade. But he is short. So how I really knew him was in my 4th and 5th period. He was in my 4th and 5th period, and my teacher actually sat us in front of each other, and his friends started telling us about how he was like, oh yeah, this. I accidentally said his name. I'm gonna blur that out though. But they were like, hey, this really likes you, and I'm just like, oh, okay. And well, I kind of actually liked him just a little bit, but just so you know, he dated one of my best friends, which I was obviously like, I don't know if I should date him, I don't know. But then I told my best friend about it, and she was like, yeah, it's fine, you can date him, because she was already moved on from him. Like, she dated him like last year. So I was like, okay. I decided, okay, I'm just gonna date him then. Me and him started, he never actually made it official with me. We just said we were dating at that point. He randomly went up to me and hugged me in my class, I guess you could say, because I cut my hair too. Anyway, yeah, he randomly went up to me and he was like, hugs me, and I'm just like, oh, you know, I hugged him back, obviously, because who wouldn't? So me and him sit down and we just talk. We're just kind of awkward with each other, and then he gets in trouble and he gets moved to where one of my other best friends are sitting at, okay? Remember her. Hold on, guys, my grandma texted me. Anyway, my bad. So yeah, so I decided to date him. If you're wondering why my mouth's red, if my teeth are kind of red, if you can't see that, something. Well, sorry, my grandma texted me. She was like, I called you earlier. Girl, I was asleep until 1. Anyway, so I'm just like, cool, okay. So I'm sitting with my best friend in math class, okay, and he starts being really weird with his friends, okay, with his guy friends. He starts going like this to one of his guy friends, and I'm just like, don't do that, don't, just stop. But anyway, he decides that it'd be a good idea to break up with me. He just decides to break up with me. I don't know why. He just says, hey, I just want to break up, I don't think this is working, I'm gonna focus on my sports, and I'm gonna focus on my mental health. When he was like, I don't know. But yeah, that's what he said. And then he was being real distant with me, like he didn't even like me. So I was like, okay, you know what? Freak you. I'm going to move on. I started dating this guy. Okay. Not gonna. I still miss him to this day. Just a little bit. His name. He started with a C. Bro, I miss him so much. But he got a buzz cut. But I still miss him though. He was so nice. He was a grade above me. He was so nice. He was so cute before he got the buzz. He had such a great personality. He was just so sweet and caring and all this stuff. I just cannot tell you how sweet he was. Until I decided to break up with him. But don't get me wrong. He showed. I don't know if I can say this because I might get clipped for saying this and he might get sentenced. But he showed me his feet. Yeah, so I was like, I'm not gonna play that game, so I broke up with him. Well, it was like my birthday month, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna have my whole birthday month single because I want to stay single my birthday month. And even though I really wish I had a boyfriend that month, I was just like, you know, I'm just gonna stay single. I want to have a really good month for my birthday, and I did. So I did, but then I started missing him again, and I was at okay. So let me tell you how I actually got back with him. So I'm out of town, and I forgot what it was called. Corpus? No, not Corpus Christi. It was somewhere. Comfort, Texas. I think it was called Comfort, Texas. I think it was called that. But anyway, I was there, and me and my cousin were having a really good time. I was with her. We had the blast. We went on this river. It was so fun. We were canoeing, so much fun. Until me and my cousin decided that let's play a game. And it was like this game, the sand game. I don't know if you know what it is. It's like where it's like a little table and it has like sand on it, and you have to slide like these things on it. I don't know if you know what I mean because I forgot what it's called. But yeah, we were playing that. And we were like, whoever loses, has to text their ex. And I was like, okay, bet that. I'm not gonna lose. I lost. So I texted C and I was like, hey, what's up? And he immediately responded. He was like, hi, how are you doing? And I was like, good. And he decides to add me back on Snap. So I'm just like, okay, well, he adds me back on Snap and we're having a good time. And then he decides to call me. And he's like, hey, do you want to call? And I'm just like, sure, why not? Let's call. So I'm just going to think from memory I was left off when I was about to talk to him. So we had to play this game, and I think I just told you what the game was about. And I was like, if I lose, then we had to text her, check the sexes. And obviously I lost. So I texted C and said, hey, what's up? And he was like, immediately answered, and he was like, hi, what are you doing? And I was like, okay. I was like, nothing. And so he added me back on Snap, and we started talking until he called me, and I was like, I'm not trying to talk to him, so I gave him the phone to my cousin. And so I gave it to my cousin, and she started talking to him, and he started saying that he missed me a lot, and that my cousin told him that I missed him, obviously. So I come back, and she gives me the phone, and she's like, hey, here you go, here's the phone. And I'm like, okay. Well, I started talking to him, blah, 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 blah. And then I started telling him, he starts asking me if I was true that I missed him. And I was like, yeah, it is true. And then he started getting all smiley and stuff, and he started smiling. And so obviously, it was like a little later into the night, and he finally asked me, he's like, will you be my girlfriend again? And I'm like, yes, of course I will. So obviously school comes back, me and him, you know, we sit next to each other, breakfast, you know, he hugs me, because obviously I told you we were not in the same grade, so he has to go back to his other class. So I'm just like, yeah, well, we just keep talking, blah, 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 we have some fun times. Well, there's this one day he decides to text me and breaks up with me. Well, he breaks up with me and he's like, hey, Chloe, I'm sorry, blah, 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 all this, it's not you, it's me, and I'm just like, bro, stop, you're lying. He's like, I'm not lying to you, I'm just like, and I was like, bro, I really love you, He just feels like I lost interest in him, or I just didn't love him the same as I did. Which is not true. I loved him a lot. I was bawling my eyes out. I told my mom, she was like, well, we don't care about him, you can do much better, and all this stuff. And I was like, okay. Well, later into the day, I sent him a snap, because obviously we have streaks, and he could tell I was crying. No, my best friend texted me, and she's like, Chloe, it looks like you were crying, is everything okay? And I tell her what happened, and she's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry to hear that. And she's like, can you show me what happened? So obviously he texted me on Snap, so you know how I just like Blake took a screenshot of the chat, and well, obviously said that, and he put a question mark, and I was like, sorry, I'm trying to show my friend what you said. And he's like, oh, okay. And he's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And obviously I do streaks, and he's like, no, you're not okay, I'm so sorry, I should have never done that, please come back to me, I'm really sorry, I didn't do that. By the way, I had his friend on here, and his friend's so cute, and I'm gonna have to get back to him in a minute. Okay, well, I told his friend, and he was like, whoa, bro, that's crazy, because I'm on break with my girlfriend. And I was just like, oh, okay. And he says, do you want me to tell him what you told me? And I was like, yes, can you do that? Because I don't feel like texting him right now. And he texted me back, and he's like, well, C is basically begging for him to have me back. And so I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I already gave you a second chance. That's all you're getting. Well, he's like, okay. Well, he texted me back, and he's like, you know, I'm just going to leave you alone. I'm just going to block him. And then he blocks me. So I'm just like, okay. Well, then I start texting W. And me and him started having a good conversation. And, you know, me and him just stopped. I'm just like, I just low-key just forgot all about C, and I'm just focusing on W. Well, W decides that he likes me, and I like him back. So, but we never actually like fully dated. We were just talking. We were in the talking stage. Well, I'm just like, okay, well, he's so cute. He is so cute, bro. Okay, like if you see this, bro, you are so freaking cute. I don't care what anyone says. You are mine. You are mine. I don't care. Well, like, I'm not trying to sound like a bop or anything. I just want you guys to know that some guys are just not for you, okay? Some guys may have the most innocent looks innocent, everything. They might be innocent when they're dating them, and then after that you break up with them and you get into arguments with them. Yes, I got into like 4 arguments with C, and he was not. He had such a great personality. He is not a good person. He was like, bro, you're so freaking stupid, and da 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 da, and you should da 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 da. Your brother's so ugly, da 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 da. I should never got with you, blah 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 blah. You're so ugly, you're so fat. And I'm just, okay, so I don't remember where I was fully off at, but I think I was talking about W. So I think. Okay, so yeah, me and him just started having the best conversation ever, and like I said, C was never a good person. I actually thought he was so nice, so loving, so all of this, but he was not. He was not. Never trusted a white boy again. Okay, maybe if they're really cute. Okay, I need to stop. So I'm just like, okay, well, it's fine, I guess. Well, W texted me a few days later, and he's like, hey, guess who just texted me? By the way, he still had feelings for his ex still. So W texted me later, and he's like, hey, guess who? I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, nothing, on TikTok, and I just don't know. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't know? You don't know what you're doing on TikTok? And he's like, no, I just don't know. And I'm like, what do you mean? Is it something about me? Did I do something? He's like, no, it's not you. And I was like, okay, well, I really hope nothing happens. So I just mentioned, is it about your ex? And he's like, yeah, it is. And I'm like, oh, what did, he's like, yeah, she texted me saying that she wanted to, was it like, she apologized because she hugged another guy when they were dating, because they were on break, remember? So she like hugged another guy, and I guess he was texting him while they were still together. And so that's what happened. So she apologized for that, and he was like, I'm really sorry, Chloe. I just really like her and stuff. I still really have feelings for her, so I'm sorry. And I'm like, okay, well, the next day comes, and I'm just like, are you guys dating? And he's like, yeah. Yep, it happens to Chloe. But yeah, so I'm just like, okay, well, okay, I guess live your life. Live your life how the way you want it to be. Just so you know, I was so upset because he is so nice. He's so sweet. He's just sweet here in a way. And I'll tell you why in a minute. So I'm just like, okay, well, obviously, I'm looking at his reposts on TikTok, and I see that he's been really down lately. Like, he's feeling really down. He's like not feeling it. So I'm like, okay, well, and I'm just gonna text him and say something, which I'm so freaking stupid for that. I'm like so stupid for doing that. I sent him a whole paragraph about how he should not care what other people think, and he's like, okay, well then. He starts telling me how he felt, and I start telling him how I felt, right? And he's like, okay, and then he starts saying, well, you know what? I'm making my girlfriend block all these guys for me, and I think I should do the same. And I'm just like, so you're gonna block me? And he's like, no, I'm just thinking about it. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, well, I might not block you, but I think we have to stop talking for a while. And I'm just like, okay, that's fine. And so we say our goodbyes, and guess what? He blocks me. Like, bro, what? How are you gonna say all this stuff and then you're gonna block me? Like, let's be so for real. Like, you're. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. I bought my eyes out, of course. Well, I got bit by a mosquito, bro. There's like a mosquito in my room, and I don't know where the heck it is. I'm going to kill this stupid thing. But yeah, so I'm just like, okay, well, a whole month goes by. A whole month, okay? Remember, a whole month goes by. It's the last day of school. Guys, my stuff got me a slushie. Let's see what kind it is. A grapes nerd slush, bro. I like this used to be my favorite slush, but if I had to recommend, I would get the cherry limeade slush. My grandpa showed me it, and I just fell in love with it, bro. Like, but if you're gonna be really fancy, add nerds with it. So good, so good. Okay, anyway, back to where I was at. So a whole month goes by. It's the last day of school, and guess who decides to follow me back on TikTok? Liam. Bro, you should have seen my face. I was like, because how are you gonna add me back on TikTok, follow me back? And so I'm just like, and he even comments on one of my posts, and I'll show you like what the post is right here. But yeah, he comments on my post, and I'm just like, what the heck? So I'm just like, okay, well, whatever. I don't care. Little do I know, this is what's gonna happen to me now. I'm over here freaking begging this boy to like me now. Am I stupid for that? Am I stupid? Okay, let me tell you why. So, he added me back on Snap, and me and him started talking for a little bit, and then obviously I still had those feelings for him, okay? Like, you know when you just don't want to have feelings for that guy, but you know if he starts talking to you again, you're gonna immediately have feelings for him again? That's kind of how I felt. Well, me and him started talking, blah, 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 blah. I tell him how I felt about him still, and he's like, okay, well, me and him aren't talking, but we were like, kind of talking. And then all of a sudden, he starts being rude to me for no reason. He starts giving me dry responses and says that I don't talk to him as much. And I literally try to text him, but I feel like I'm gonna be annoying to him because he's always either playing Fortnite or like Roblox or something like that. And I don't want to annoy him or anything. And he's like, no. I'm just like, okay. Well, me and him end up getting into an argument, and just like all this stuff happens, like all this stuff. And I keep asking him, do you like me or not? Because if you don't like me, I just want to know if you don't like me or not. Because if you don't like me, then I'm just gonna stop talking to you. I'm just gonna cut you off right there. Like, I'm just gonna stop talking to you. So me and him get into this whole argument, and I decided to block him on all my social media. But I follow him back on TikTok, and he's like, how are you gonna follow me back on TikTok when you're literally all mad and stuff? Don't ever do that again because that's stupid ass for you again. You shouldn't do that. And the next time you do that, I'm just gonna end up blocking you. And I'm just like, but I'm just trying to know if you like me or not, because you're actually being so freaking annoying. Because you tell me, do you like me or not? Because how are you gonna be nice to me the next day and then be rude to me the other? You're gonna be like, I love you, and then you're gonna be like, bro, shut up, you're so freaking annoying. Like, what is this? I'm just like, who do you think you are? Makes me so mad. But yeah. So now we were on call this one time, and we were having such a good call, right? Until he called me annoying, and I hate when people call me annoying because that makes me feel bad about myself. So I'm like, don't ever call me annoying, and I hang up, and then I'm just like, I needed a little bit, so then I texted him, I'm like, can you call back? And he's like, no. I'm just like, why not? And he's like, because I don't want to call you. And I'm just like, why? And he's like, because you hung up on me and I told you not to hang up on me. And I'm just like, you told me. And then he kept saying, because I hung up on him like the first time. He was like, don't ever hang up on me again, or something bad's gonna happen. And I'm like, when? He's like, you don't want to know. And then he's like, and then when he hangs up on me, I don't say nothing about it. So I told him, I was like, but when you hang up on me, I don't say nothing about that. But when I hang up on you, you get so pressed and stuff. And he's like, okay, fine, hang up on me, hang up on me. You literally told me to hang up on you. So I don't know why you're getting so pressed about that. But anyway, I'm just like, okay, well, now I asked him, I was like, so when can we call? And he's like, in July. By the way, it's June. So I keep texting him, right? I'm just like, what are you doing? How are you? And he just keeps leaving me on red. And I don't know, bro. And then his reposted like, I want to have this, I want to have that, I want to have this girlfriend, I want to do this. And he literally did a repost about me. He was like, POV, tell her to leave you alone. And she does. Hashtag not my type. Boy, who are you? Who the freak do you think you are? Because I know dang well you're not talking about me. Because I literally been texting you and you've been leaving me on red. So I know dang well you're not talking about me. My bad, guys. And so I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, I'm like so mad. I'm just like, bro, how are you gonna do these reposts? And especially mention one. And it was like, when you tell him, and then he put, in those little things that go like this, emphases, and I don't know what they're called. I'll have to put them up right here. But he puts her. Bro, who do you think you are? Because I know dang well you're not talking about me. But okay, whatever you say. Because apparently you are talking about me. But so to be honest, I don't even know anymore. Like at this point, I'm just like, I'm done chasing you. I'm being so for real. I'm done chasing your ash. I'm done chasing your ash. I'm not saying the A word. I'm saying ash, because you're making me so mad for no reason. Like, if you get it, you get it. But like, I don't know. I'm literally like blocked all these guys for you. I like stopped talking to all these guys for you, and then you're gonna treat me like this.